The queen burned the love vows she once made with the emperor, picked up scissors and tore apart the kite he gave her, and resolutely took the princess's place, agreeing to marry into the enemy state for peace, while the emperor remained clueless, still sweet-talking his cunning concubine. Until the sacrificial ceremony, he suddenly realized his queen had been replaced. He flew into a rage, shoved the concubine to the ground, and told her to know her place, then angrily questioned the minister of rights why the queen was absent, only to be told that the queen had voluntarily requested to be deposed 3 days ago, and that's why the concubine was acting in her place. Only then did the emperor remember the memorial the queen gave him that day was actually a petition to relinquish her title. He rushed in disbelief to the queen's palace, but all he found were the burned kite and the destroyed vow, and no amount of regret could change the outcome. Back when the emperor was still the unfavored 7th prince in the cold palace, it was the woman who supported him and brought her most capable allies to help him win the throne. He kept his promise and made her queen. On their wedding night, the woman gave him 3 chances. If he disappointed her 3 times, she would never look back. He swore he would never let her down, but promises meant nothing against power and new affections. On their wedding night, she received urgent news from the border. Without hesitation, she donned armor and rushed to the front lines. After 4 years of war, she returned with great victories, only to witness the emperor and his concubine in an intimate embrace. At the victory banquet, the concubine casually suggested watching the queen shoot an arrow, and the emperor immediately gave the order, forcing her to perform martial skills in front of the entire court, ignoring her dignity as the mother of the nation. The cunning concubine's prime minister father chimed in, saying even the queen must obey imperial orders. The queen swallowed her heartbreak and prepared to comply, but the concubine pushed further, suggesting a general place an apple on his head for the queen to shoot as proof of her skill. The emperor knew it was humiliating, but still ordered them to proceed. This made the queen realize the emperor had long lost his original heart. He who once vowed to live and die with his comrades was now turning his blade against them. With a heavy heart she fired the arrow. The general spoke out in her defense, only to be scolded harshly by the emperor. That night the queen returned to her palace, only to learn it had been given to the concubine. The concubine's maid even stepped on the keepsake symbolizing their love. She finally snapped and ordered the maid to be flogged. The concubine rushed over, first showing off her new status, then stomped on the paper kite shaped like a wild goose, the symbol of eternal loyalty. Just then the emperor arrived, but only listened to the concubine's version, and ordered the queen to kneel and apologize. The queen explained that it was the concubine who destroyed the kite, but the emperor coldly replied it was just a piece of torn paper, accusing her of jealousy. The queen froze on the spot. That torn paper kite was the very symbol of their love. He once made it himself, promising they would be loyal like the wild goose, yet now he had broken that promise. With nothing left to say, she turned away in silence, watching her leave. The princess quickly defended her sister-in-law, urging the emperor to stop listening to lies, but this made the concubine secretly resent her. That night, the concubine used unrest at the border as an excuse, suggesting the princess be sent to marry for peace. The emperor agreed after a brief pause. The princess heard the news and tearfully went to the queen. The queen knew, once the princess left, she would never return alive, so she brought the princess to face the emperor, but he refused to listen, mocked her for wanting more glory.